guys, my name is John Obidi. I'm an online business consultant. I am here today at the Dream Academy, and this was convened by none other than Pastor Dami Oluwatoyibo. He's behind the camera right there, amen. Right, cool. So today we have two phenomenal topics: how to build online communities for business growth and how to leverage social media. We had a phenomenal time. I would advise every single person out there to get the recordings. They are going to be made available. You'll find the links somewhere on this pretty page. Do not miss this opportunity of a lifetime. We shared so many insights on how anybody, anywhere, can leverage the internet and build income, impact, and influence. Get the recordings and you will be better for it. God bless you.
Thank
you. Thank you.
He said something about him. He said he is young.
Yes. Relatively. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Young is relative. I'm 31 actually.
Wow.
I'll be 32 in September, so I know I look 17, right? Yeah, I know.
When I actually met young, I met my name.
I know. I don't want to give you that. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Pastor Dami, for having me. I don't take this pedestal for granted. Today, I'm going to be teaching you something that you've likely never heard before: leveraging social media for business growth. All right. Silence. All right. Leveraging social media for business growth. All right. Before I go into this, I want us to see the internet a different way. All right. Naturally, the average Nigerian is at an ideological disadvantage as regards using the internet for profit, because of how we see the internet, right? Am I allowed to move around? Is that supposed to be fixed? I can move around, Abby? Okay. A Nigerian sees the internet as a consumable resource. And I wouldn't blame you. That's the way we have the infrastructure here. You see internet as 50 MB, 100 MB, 1 gig. Oyibo man doesn't know what 1 gig means. They don't know what 500 MB means. To them, it's unlimited as oxygen. All right? So the kind of ideas we would innovate here are going to be somewhat inferior to that which someone in that kind of abundance would innovate. There are certain things that would occur to you to invent, to create, that you'll be like, oh no, too much data, and you leave it. Yeah. All right? But someone who has no data constraints would not have that mind block. All right? One of the greatest gifts I gave myself in Lagos was unlimited internet. It's going to cost you quite a bit, but it will place you at an advantage versus every other Nigerian. Most of the things I do here, they're not really all that fantastic. I'm like a one-eyed man in the land of the blind. All right? But because of this simple shift, unlimited internet, the things that I would think about, how I would approach solving problems, will be different from the guy struggling with 50 MB, 100 MB. All right? I'll give you an example. In 2015, I started the Smart Business Teleseminars. Does anyone know about that? You did? Okay, good. I did the Smart Business Teleseminars, and we've restarted that again. Now, what's the Smart Business Teleseminars? It's a podcast. I've always wanted to do a podcast because I like my voice, amen? Yes. But I didn't want to just do a podcast. Everyone else was doing podcasting. I wanted to see what would happen if I made the podcast live. Now, nobody before me ever dabbled into doing that kind of thing at scale because data. All right? So nobody saying that me first income. That was just the first constraint I was able to break. So because data was an issue for me, I was like, okay, figuring how does this work? How does this stream work? And I did it. People were like, Nigerians cannot tune in for 1 hour to listen to a live stream. I said, then let us test it, And we tested it, and it blew up, all right? We've been able to reach over 71 countries, reached over 1 million people worldwide with the teleseminars. So I want you guys to start seeing the internet, all right, very differently. And look at it this way. Imagine you were to travel to another country, All right, imagine you travel to that country. In that new country, there is a new set of skills that you are going to need to survive. There is a new language you may need to learn in order to communicate. All right? You might need to learn where the supermarkets are, where the garages are. You might need to learn the whole thing afresh. In the same way, on this internet that we're talking about, there is a language. Okay? There is a new set of skills. If you go to some villages down south, you must learn how to swim or you can't survive. All right? If you go to some places up north, you have to learn how to ride a donkey. All right? In the same way, on the internet, there are certain basic skills. Gone are the days when you would say, you know, this guy is a techie. You know, I'm not really a techie. You are going to be at a heavy disadvantage. A severe disadvantage. Now, I read computer science in school, so you might say I have an advantage, but most of what I do now, I wasn't taught. I have this rabid curiosity. I can spend 3 hours, 10 hours, figuring out one thing I'll come and teach you in 30 minutes. But you see, that's why I'm ahead. All right? So you have to understand that there are things you need to learn. First things first, everybody must know how to buy a domain name. It's no longer a techie thing. All right? Gone are the days when it was in somebody's job description, I can do domain name and hosting for you. No, in this new economy, you must know how to do it for yourself. All right? These are the things that an average high school kid in the US knows how to do. You see little teenagers, they are already millionaires, thinking up startups. All right? We have to think on that level. We've got to think on that level, all right? I think last year or last 2 years, I created a software company, App Canvas. It's an app that helps businesses create mobile apps. And people are like, wow, John Obidi. I'm like, it's nothing that phenomenal. It's just the way I see the internet. If I even tell you how I got that done, it wasn't as difficult, but because of the way I saw it, okay? So let's just change that paradigm. There's certain skills. First of all, learn how to register your own domain name. Learn how to do your hosting. Learn how to set up a simple WordPress website. All right? These are basic skills. Learn how to create your own personalized email address. Enough of this @gmail.com nonsense. Enough. It's killing your brand. Lagos, this terrain is very perception-based. All right? If you come into yahoo.com and somebody comes with their dummy at dami@oluwatoyinbo.com, they will beat you based on perception. All right? They don't know that in no book first, but how you appear. Okay? So those are the few things. All right, that's just preliminary. Now let's talk about social media. You have to understand that winning on social media is basically a war of attention. All right? Who can pull the most attention? Those who make the most money are those who have learned how to hold people's attention. All right? And what holds people's attention? That's what you've got to start asking. How can I hold people's attention? Because there are some people who, by hook or by crook, they manage to get over 100,000 followers, but they're not able to hold attention. So you see 100,000 followers, but you're seeing 3 likes on their post, and you're wondering what's going on. All right? Obviously, they bought them. All right? But how do you hold people's attention? You hold their attention with your content. So we can't talk about social media without talking about content. All right? Content. So what content do you want to brand yourself, your organization, or your movement by? John Obidi became very popular because of my consistent content. All right? Someone said, don't seek to be a man of success, seek to be a man of value. All right? So my first mission was to be over-valuable, too valuable. I'll give you so much content you will choke. There's no way I will not be famous. There's no way. All right? But not just so much content, I also want that content to be seen by as many people as possible. All right? So content, then audience. If the only skills that you learn, all right? If the only skills you learn between now and the end of the year are how to build an audience and provide consistent quality content to that audience, you've made it. All right? If that is what you can learn and master, you've made it. All right, so let's talk about the audience, okay? Now, there's something you have to know about audience. There are different kinds. Most people try to build an audience on the regular platforms, or let me rephrase that. Under audience, you have rented platforms, and you have owned platforms. I'm breaking this down so you know where is right to build your audience. We have a saying in online marketing, do not build your house on rented land. Many influencers are building their houses on rented land. What is rented land? Instagram, Facebook, all right? These are rented because you don't own them and you don't own the audience here. You don't control the rules of that platform. Anytime Instagram switches on and off their algorithm, it affects the amount of people your posts can reach. Many Instagram influencers are having that problem. They turn the tap on and off whenever they like, or if Instagram just decides they want to close down or they want to block your account, what do you do with your 100,000 followers? You can't take them anywhere. The same thing with Facebook, all right? The same thing with other social media networks. But then we have owned platforms, and this is where you start to win. Owned platforms. The number one here is your email list. All right? It's another critical skill of the new economy, learning to build an email list. Some people also call it lead generation, all right? How many of us know what an email list is? Beautiful. Okay, some don't know. Okay, good. All right, so those of you who don't know, maybe you've been on some websites where you see a box that says enter your name and email, and we will send you the secrets to long life and prosperity. Right? You've seen that. You see something like this. Okay. And there's a submit button somewhere. Name and email. All right, something like this, right? Yeah. This is how people build an email list. Okay, so there is usually some kind of incentive on this page. Okay, that incentive, we call it a lead magnet. We call it a lead magnet. A lead magnet is something of value that you provide for free in order to build your email list. Did you get that? All right, now let me break it down for you. My very first lead magnet in 2013 was social media tips for Nigerian businesses. So I just went to Google Docs, created a PDF of my best social media tips for Nigerian businesses. I had a PDF, and I attached it to this form and said, if you want a free copy of this ebook, give me your name and email. That's a lead magnet. And people wanted it, and so they opted in, okay? However, it didn't just happen like that. I took the link of this page, and I went to Facebook, and I created a Facebook ad. Okay, when I created a Facebook ad, more people saw it. I was based in Benin, but I was targeting Lagos people. And so that's how I got Lagos people in my email list. Another thing you have to write down there as a critical skill, Facebook ads. Everybody should be able to run a Facebook ad. Well, for now, Facebook is a reigning network, and it's very easy to do. But write that down, and I'll send you guys a free resource on how to create Facebook ads after this, so you can practice when you get home. You're welcome. But this is a critical skill. It's no longer for the digital marketers. No. At this age, people who are going to win online are those who are able to bring their ideas to life at the speed of thought. All right? At the speed of thought before somebody else gets you. I can just be lying down in bed and I get an idea. Boom, I get up, I Google for a while, and I make it happen. All right? You should be able to work like that. But if you don't have these skills, you are going to be handicapped. Okay? All right, so I used a Facebook ad, and I advertised this page. People saw it, and I began to build my list, and that is how you build an audience. Simple enough? I can go back. I'm here for you. All right? So let me come back again. First of all, I said the only way you can really be valuable on the internet, and I say internet as all-encompassing, social media and whatnot, is with your content. All right? Linda Ikeji is valuable to her niche because of her content, or an overwhelming stream of content. John Obidi is valuable in his niche because of his content, an overwhelming stream of content. And so you will be valuable to your marketplace because of your content. I'm going to explain how to create content, okay? But you need to have tons of content. But again, I think that the Americans like to say, if a tree fell in the forest and nobody heard it fall, did it really fall? Okay, that's a very weird saying. But what it's saying is that if you are doing such great work and nobody knows about it, that's no use. And that's why I'm talking about building an audience. Okay? One of the reasons that I got really popular and relevant was because I found the perfect way to combine creating amazing content and serving it to a large audience. All right? I'm not the one that's a big book pass. Nobody me speak for net pass for Lagos. All right? There are many people doing amazing work, but they don't have the connection. They can't make the connection between content and audience. And I'm hoping I can help you guys do that today. Okay? So start building an audience, and I'm saying that start building an audience on the platforms that matter, email list, okay? Now, there are many other kinds of audience platforms. There's a Facebook group, which I run. There is Facebook Messenger bots, but to start with an email list. That one, everybody here can get started, all right? Now, if you want to get started with your email list, use MailChimp.com. I'm only recommending them because they are free to get started. At least up to 2,000 subscribers before you start paying. So use MailChimp.com. You'll be able to start building a list with that. Even though personally I use a different one called Sendy. I also created a 60 minutes, I made a 1 hour tutorial for my Facebook group members on how to do basic audience building with MailChimp, Sendy, building this opt-in page. It's email marketing fundamentals. It's a 1 hour training video. I'll send it to you guys too after this training. All right, so that's 2 things I've mentioned I'll give you guys now. Facebook ads and how to build an audience on email marketing fundamentals, all right? Those are very essential skills. If you can master Facebook ads, email marketing, some of you can even open shop as a digital marketing consultant. You're laughing, it's true. You see, I was speaking about this in somewhere sometime last year, and one of the guys, they asked me a question. He said, but don't I have to be a recognized thought leader before I start launching out myself? And I said, you see, that's the difference between you Lagos people and we immigrants. And I'm an immigrant, I came from Benin. Okay? When I came from Benin, I did not know that I had to be a recognized thought leader. I did not know, so I just went and launched out. Now here we did so. So there are a lot of you who you've been reading, attending seminars, taking notes, and you're waiting for perfect. So see these guys. You don't know the kind of witchcraft that pursues from my village. You don't know. I don't look at anybody's face. So one of my very big attributes, one of my major superpowers is shamelessness. Some of you that have my Facebook group, you know parts of my story. I don't get time. So today I'm learning. Let me tell you guys a little bit of my history. I got on social media in January 2013. I didn't know there was anything called social media marketing, social media strategy, online business, digital. I didn't know anything. Then I was a programmer, web designer in Benin. One of my friends came into my house and they said, John, man, there's this thing raining in Lagos. I said, waiting be that again, Mark 4, waiting be that. They said, it's called online PR. I said, what's online PR? He said, man, let's go to Lagos, start a company. We're going to do this, man. We're going to make it big. I said, okay. He's one of my friends that he makes an idea every 5 minutes in his head. All right? So I'm like, okay, I've heard you. But when he left, I went to my laptop and I just searched online PR. I didn't like PR because it sounds like people that tell lies very much. So, I just kept on scrolling. I saw social media strategy, social media marketing. And I started reading, and I thought, okay, if I could build relevance with content, if I could build relevance in this thing, maybe I would be able to push any other thing that I have. So it was an accidental passion. It wasn't really my main passion. I was originally a programmer. I started reading. If today I'm learning how to get Twitter followers, the very next day, I'm putting a tutorial on my blog on how to get Twitter followers. I'm not stopping there. I'm running a Facebook ad. Then I was not making money from it, so I just started. The money I was making from my programming, web design, all these 40K, 50K hustles, I was investing it in Facebook ads because I wanted to be famous for this thing. Nobody was doing it. I checked. I don't know why. Everybody else in social media or in online marketing, I don't know why their eyes were just covered. But I said, okay, that's fine. And I started running ads. 9 months later, I was nominated for the Future Awards Africa Prize for New Media. 9 months. Now, they probably didn't know that I was just like strolling into the park, right? I remember they even thought I was a Lagos boy because they called me a day to the award ceremony and said from the U.S. consulate, say hello, from the U.S. consulate, you've been nominated for this award. Could you come by tomorrow for the nominee reception dinner? It's a black tie event. I'm not ashamed to say I didn't even know what black tie meant at the time. I didn't know it's a black tie event. I said, okay. I didn't want them to know I was in Benin. I said, okay, yes, I'm coming. Like I was down the street. I'm coming. I hung up. Got these good motors. Boom. That was my first class flight that time. God is good. Enter Akbar. I came. I called my friends. Yinka, I'm coming to Lagos for this thing. I don't have anything to wear. He said, no, I just land. They carried me go by Logo Market, one crore like that. We just went there. How many of you have seen my old profile picture where I was wearing glasses? You saw that? I don't wear glasses, so. But I heard that people who wear glasses look like they know book. So when we got to the Balogo, when I went to the Balogo market, I just saw the thing. I just wore it. Say, Yinka, how do I look? Say, you look wise. I said, good, that's what I'm doing. I look wise. And I came, I said, wait. But wait, when I get there now, they'll ask me for my complimentary card. I didn't have cards. Say, Yinka, I don't have cards. I said, don't worry, I have one place like that. That guy knows all the core for Lagos. It's very good to have good friends. So, so I know one place. Just bring 5K. They'll print plenty. Give him 5K. Just went. So he asked me, okay, so what should they write on the card? I got it, think. And I remembered one blog I was reading. Her name was Sarah Arrow, I think. Sarah Arrow. Her designation was social media strategist. I said, yes, write social media strategies on the card. They said, okay. The guy just went, printed it, came out. That's how I went. I don't open shop. What do you want to tell me that I'm not qualified? I'm a social media strategist. Go and call police. But the reason I'm bringing this up is that you can write down. But you see, if you can't defeat that inner witchcraft, when you get back home, that thing will still be telling you, we're saying, see, are you sure? See, sometimes I put out posts today that has plenty typographical errors. I'm not saying it's a good thing. By all means, proofread and everything. But I will still go to bed and sleep like a baby. I'm not thinking about what you are thinking of me. I can be here now. I will make a grammatical error. I will be fine. I'll make a joke out of it. My zip can spoil here. I'll be like, what's all this? Abamid. I'm fine. See, to succeed in Nigeria, here's no Obodo Ibo. We have a very unique witchcraft here. You need a superior craftiness. I tell you, you need a superior. You can't see. Shyness can't be your. See, I've told everybody, I used to be the shyest person ever. Forget to say I'm here flexing, I used to be the shyest person ever. When they say the fear of death, when they say the fear of public speaking is higher than the fear of death in some people, I was one of those people. Just kill me first. I'd rather die. I've done very shameful things. I will not tell you what. To avoid speaking in public. I'm telling you. All right? Because I'm giving you all this background because I will preach you all this gospel. You'll get to a point, you will hook. Don't say you know sabi the thing. Not as if you don't have your notes, but you will hook. Some of you have been taking notes for years, you know yourself. All right? Anyway. Let's keep it moving. All right, so this works, all right? So run Facebook ads to this is called a squeeze page or an opt-in page. All right, every one of these is going to have a URL. Is that laptop connected to this? Okay, let me just show you exactly what one looks like. Is there internet there? Okay, so I want to just give you a visual representation of what one looks like so that it's not too theoretical.
Can we ask questions in between, or do you want to wait till you're done?
Okay, if it's relevant to what I'm talking about at the time, you can just ask so that I don't talk over your heads.
Okay, so while this is going on, I was going to ask, with email this, I feel, and I'll be totally wrong, I feel younger people don't really do email like that, except it's like work emails and stuff. So their notifications that their minds are tuned to, I feel, are not email, they're tuned into their DMs and inboxes and all. So I don't know, how does it really work for young people?
Okay, well, this social media marketing, right? If you're trying to sell, when I say young people?
I mean young people, so uni, average, social.
Those ones don't have money now.
So we're talking about business,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so if it's for business, they check emails. People who are too young to use emails, they usually have money. It's Alawi they have now.
Okay, so if you're selling something that isn't necessarily business,
Yeah.
so, what now? Fashion, well, that's the money actually.
Mm-hmm.
But something that's not business, I can't think of anything specifically now.
Just like Linda Ikeji content, right?
Yeah.
Great. You can, yes. Okay, I was going to come to that. There's apps, and I'll show you guys something phenomenal concerning apps. So thank you for that question. All right, because someone like Linda Ikeji now, she has her audience is from teenagers to pre-adults, and they don't have money really. They just want gist. But those eyeballs still translate to money for her in terms of ad revenue. So great. I'll show you this on apps when we get there.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Okay, I also
Yeah.
wanted to ask a question. I created my first community, I think I was around 19 or 18.
Facebook group.
Yes, Facebook group.
Okay.
Young's Consult at the time. Before I now changed it to ICPD community sometime around September 2016 or so. And I sort of like that communication in the community. However, I didn't know how to grow, structure, content. It was just at any time I felt like writing,
Yeah.
I just wrote there. And I was getting traction at the time, at that level.
Hmm.
And I'm not too good with the email listing, having to come to all of that. So I'm thinking, how do you balance if you're in that place where you're not so good with the email
Okay.
list, or you're very good with the community?
Okay, first things first. Imagine you being down south and saying, I'm not so good with swimming. Right? Uh-huh. Or, I don't really, I've heard this very funny thing. A lady was trying to visit a guy. I don't know that it actually happened, but I heard it once. She was trying to visit a guy, and the guy said, I live on the mainland. She was on the island. She said, I don't do bridges. That was very, you can't not do email. You have to learn it. It's the language of the new economy. All right? Who are the top 3 richest men in the world now? Bezos? Who? Bill Gates and... No, somebody just beat him. Mark Zuckerberg just beat him, number 3. What do these 3 guys have in common? That tells you the language you have to learn now. For the first time ever, the top 3 are in tech. There's a language we have to learn. All these things we are busy struggling here, they've already gotten their toddlers up to speed because they have visionary leadership. They want to be ahead. They always want to be ahead. The US is always trying to fight this little war with China about who has the smartest scientists. They're always, so right from kindergarten, they see where the trend is going. They're already indoctrinating the kids. Oh yeah, that is skills to start learning. All right, and that's one reason our people are lagging behind. We see these things as too scientific. It's just a way of life. All right, it's just a way of life. I was saying some of this thing yesterday, and I like to be very careful when I say it. When people say Africa rising, my brother, Africa is not rising anywhere. Let me tell you why they're saying Africa is rising. I was in Dubai 2 months ago for a Bitcoin conference, right? And I met this 22-year-old millionaire. He runs a Bitcoin exchange, So he was talking about how they're expanding to other countries, and he said that, wow, you're from Africa. Africa is really the next frontier. And I've heard that a lot, but I don't know his reason. I said, why? He said, well, because over in Europe, they're not having any more babies. You don't drop. You don't drop. Uh-huh. We don't know birth control. We're just a born, they go. Just a born. And for every child that is born, we're going to need shoes, pharmaceutical products. Yeah. We'll need food, imported food. So Africa is new frontier because that's where they can sell to. All right? We have been a perpetually consuming nation. We consume everything, including tech. Yeah. We don't produce anything. All right? And I don't know whether there's some kind of conspiracy because the way Nigeria is kind of made up, it's almost impossible for it to have some kind of a real tech startup here. How will you host your servers? Yeah? Even though we found a way. That's why I was able to have a software company and people think that my brain is made of diamonds, right? We found a way. I had to relearn. There's something called cloud technology. There's this company, Amazon. Amazon gives you, they have Amazon. It's called Amazon Web Services. They give you 1 year free access to their cloud technology. Microsoft gives you the same thing. When I was in university, I got access to something called Microsoft BizSpark. They give you 2 years free access to their servers and everything. So without spending a dime, you can start a software company. All right, but only those that know. No, they don't really run Facebook ads for that one. All right, but it's easy to access. All right, so all I'm saying, all these things we are saying, email marketing, these are even just the fundamentals. There are other ones that you might have to re-educate yourself on, because that's the only way to survive. It's the only way. How much does it cost to really pay a digital consultant to do this things for you? Most people here can't do it, so just learn it. Just learn it. It's going to be very expensive to pay someone else, so just learn it. And you are already at a level where you are building your careers, right? So some of you might want to be digital marketing consultants, so learn it. All right, email marketing is just one of the smallest. All right, oh, beautiful. This is a great one. Okay, so you can see, ready for your next level of personal growth and productivity. Fill your name and I'll send you fresh, relevant, practical insights. All right, so it says, "Damn, send my gift now." This gift, sometimes we call it an ethical bribe. All right, it's an ethical. I'm gonna steal that. Okay, all right. So there it is. So you have the email, name, and when you click send my gift, this email and name, something happens in the background. It sends these details into his database. That database is usually hosted by an email marketing company like MailChimp. I don't know, which one do you use? GetResponse. So there's MailChimp, there's GetResponse, there's Aweber. I think it's Constant Contact. Yeah, so there are many of them. So you can use GetResponse too. I just told you about MailChimp because it's free to get started.
I actually started with MailChimp.
Okay. Me too, I started with MailChimp until I had to leave the restrictions there. So you can start with MailChimp. Now there's something about MailChimp, and you will get all this in the email marketing video, okay? There's something about MailChimp and all these email marketing softwares. They have a technology called an autoresponder. That is what enables, you know when you sign up to this email list and you get an email response immediately, and it says, "Hello, James," and you feel so special. Yeah. I was so happy when I first got my first, I was like, wow, they know me. But it's just computing. They'll just take the first name you put here and put it inside. Programmatically, he doesn't have anything to do with it. It's on autopilot. All right, so that's exactly how you do that. You set this page up like this. Now, this page, if you look up at the address bar, it has a URL, it has an address up at the address bar up there. Okay, so you see askdami.com. So if this opt-in page sits on this URL, I'll just take this URL and that's what I'll use to run a Facebook ad. So people will start seeing the ads, clicking, and you start building your email list, okay? Now that's just for the email list. Now once you have them in your email list, now let's keep this in perspective. We are doing all this to make money. We're not trying to, I know we want to make the world a better place. Want to heal the world, want to raise leaders, I don't know, whatever. All right, but okay, so it'd be nice if we made money, right? Yeah. To be kind of nice, kind of okay. I'm here to make money, leave that in, I want to make money, right? Hey, good, exactly. What's his name? Not Jim Rohn, Stephen Covey said, start with the end in mind, okay? Begin with the end in mind. So first of all, start with the end in mind, money. One of the mistakes I made when I first started, I didn't think about how I would monetize all my efforts at the end. I was just doing it because I learned on the streets. I didn't learn from any school or institute. I was just learning on the streets, mistake, trial and error. So you should start with the end in mind, okay? Don't go and build clouds in an industry where there is no money. All right? That's a mistake I probably saved some of you from just now. And I don't mean to talk down this industry. There's some people who say, I want to be a very profitable teen coach. Now, teen coaching is a very noble profession. It's very noble. We need people to coach our teens and, prevent them from... Why are people laughing? You put out to heal the world again. Why? I'm just being realistic here. All right, so we need people to coach our teens, right? There are many of them that are on code. What now? I'm making a speech here. Our teens are on codeine. There are all kinds of drugs. Why? People don't like coaching. There are all kinds of drugs, all right? There's so much delinquency. We need people who will coach them and set their paths right, right? It's a very noble profession, very noble.
So sad.
But there's no money there. There's no money there. And some people just, that's the thing with this thought leadership space. This guy is, everybody is a this and that, and it's a good thing. But for you who is just starting, look at the landscape strategically. How will you make money? One of the best kept secrets, all right, is people who have tons of followers, but no way to monetize. So people who hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers. John Obidi, man, I'm struggling. How do I make money with my followers? That's the biggest issue. There's one about, I did brand ambassador, I just posted it this morning on Instagram for Sterling Bank. I have only 30,000 followers. Yeah, but still I was able to get that. Because early on, first of all, look, they know that my 10,000 followers, they are a buy market. Go and look at the comment section of the video I posted. You see people saying, John Obidi, if you are behind this, I'm going to invest. I'm getting DMs of people like, man, I have 2 million to invest. I believe what to invest in, but now that you put this video, thank you very much. I'm going to, all right? So they are getting a big bang for their money, whatever amount of money they paid me, amen? Yeah. So I had to think about, okay, yes, I want to do great stuff. I want to teach social media, online marketing. That's how I started out, right? But who do I want to teach? When you go to all these business seminars and they tell you who is your ideal customer avatar, they are not just talking, it is real. You have to know who you are coming to serve. So back to the teen coaching thing, it is very ideal, but who's going to pay you? So there's something I learned from Steve Harris. There's a very big difference between your consumers and your customers. Consumers are those, they love what you do. They admire what you do, but they can't pay for what you do. They'll come into your inbox, please coach me, I have this problem, please advise me, please counsel. They will come into your, please, and they'll be like, wow, you changed my life. Thank you very much. God bless you. They can't pay you. And no matter how talented you are, you get frustrated. Heal the world will just start looking weird to you at that time. You'll be like, please don't just talk to me. I'm healing
the world, but I didn't heal it.
You guys live in Lagos. You know how your money evaporates. You live in Lagos. The environment is set up to your money evaporate. By the time you go, boss here, keke here, this bill here, gala here, that one. Where did the money go? Everything is gone. Yeah. And those of you who are parents, man, I love you guys. People that are paying bills that you didn't incur. Personally. You just have people that are just consuming and you are paying and you are trying not to exert anger. Right? It's now when I look back on when my parents used to beat me for breaking plate, and now I understand. It's now I understand. It's now I get it. Then I used to be very disgruntled. What's not a mistake, now I get it. All right? So the point is, start with the end in mind. It has to be a buyer market. It has to be a place, a niche where there are enough people that will consume your content, and when they consume your content, they are willing and able to buy or to take a buying action. All right? There's still another way of going about it, like we were just talking about, like the Linda Ikeji model. Even if you don't want to go into a buying market, but at least it's a market that has a lot of curious people. Yeah. That can also be very well monetized. And I'll talk about apps very soon. That's one, apps alone has made me millions of naira per month. All right, and I'll show you how you guys can do that very easily. But real quick, this is how you're trying to build relevance, okay? I don't work here again. Yeah, if you're trying to build relevance as a thought leader, as a person of influence, as someone who is trying to teach people and make money teaching what you know, start with building an email list. Look at how this is well articulated. You can do something that is this easy. And that tutorial I will send to you covers how to create pages like this and link it up with your email marketing software, okay? All right, so that's that. So audience, I talked about, you have rented platforms, which is social media. It's relevant. I mean, I always show up on Instagram, even though I know that my main audience is on email and on my Facebook group. Now, my Facebook group is still kind of rented media, but it's more effective than Instagram, all right? So there we have it, email list. Now let's talk about content, all right? Shafi Wakasmo. Okay. Okay. All right. So just remind me about apps if I forget. Very important. Please remember why we are doing this. 2 reasons. We are trying to build influence using our content. But you see, you cannot be putting out such great content for 2, 3, 4, 5 people. All right? There's going to be a lot of people interested in what you have to say. So that's why I talked about building an audience first. So imagine if you build an email list of 50,000. Imagine if with this page Pastor Dami set up, he has built an email list of at least 50,000 people. And then every time you send an email blast to them, they are interested. And of course, this is not a bot. You didn't buy the email list. Okay? That's a very bad practice. But this is called permission marketing. You have their permission to send them emails. And for every time you send them an email, they are able to respond. And what do you send them in the email? Content. Okay? Content. All right? Now, content creation, it looks very difficult for a lot of people, but I'm going to give you a very simple formula you can use to create content. First of all, media. Which medium would you prefer to put out your content? Okay? It can be articles, written articles. It can be audio, podcasts. It can be video. All right? Now, I write really well now, but it wasn't always that way. I used to be very terrible at writing, so I used to restrict myself to audio content. But I want to be an MVP in the industry, right? Most valuable player. I want to be an well-rounded player, so I had to learn to articulate my thoughts in writing over time. Okay, but you can choose any of these. Some people, you like your voice, you can do audio. I like my voice, so I built my clout on audio. And not just that, audio content is a kind of a hybrid between just writing and between video. It's very easy to produce, incredibly easy to produce. Okay? Hopefully by the time we leave here today, some of you will just probably start creating your podcast when you see how incredibly easy it is to produce. Okay? So audio. Yes?
I'm starting my PD show today.
Awesome. Awesome. That makes sense. When I break this down for you, you'll probably have some amazing ideas in that direction. Okay. Then video is also phenomenal. Okay. You can do video content, put it on your YouTube channel, which is great, but I don't always recommend it to newcomers because it has so many moving parts. Especially if you live in Lagos, your lighting has to be perfect, internet. So there's a lot of moving parts to that, and you'll procrastinate. But audio, even if your house is dark, you can still see your mouth. You can do your audio. Even if there's no lights, you have your laptop is charged, you can just connect your mic and just start recording it. All right? So you choose audio, articles, and video. Now let me talk about audio. When I record my audio podcast, I use an app called Audacity. Okay? But if you've ever listened to my teleseminars, most of the time I have a guest on. The fastest way to build relevance is using OPK, not ITK, I too know. OPK, other people's knowledge. That's how I blew. I found a very scalable way to create content with other people's knowledge. And that was what the Smart Business Teleseminars was. What did I do? It was coming out every Thursday by 8 p.m. And so I would go on Twitter and look for people who were good at what they were doing. I would send them DMs and I would ask them if they could come on the show. And people love being interviewed. People love, especially if you can demonstrate to them that you can make it worth their while with your audience. Okay? Because if you have just 10 people in your community, I'm not going to come and shout and preach to just 10 people. Come on. All right? But if you can show them that you have an audience, like right now, we have an audience of 95,000. People love to come on. Even when we're just around 10,000, it was worthwhile. People love to come on, right? Because it gives them exposure. They can sell. Everybody comes and let them sell their market. Some people actually start building their email list from just appearing on our platform because we had an audience. See the connection? Audience, content. People get it the other way around sometimes. So I've started a blog, okay, and then what? Some people just jump into, I started a blog, crickets. No one is there, no one's coming, it's silence, okay? So I built an audience first, and then I started putting out content. I kind of did it simultaneously, but I didn't neglect any part of it, right? So I would call, so maybe like Pastor Dami now, I found a way to use Skype to call Pastor Dami and simultaneously record the conversation using Audacity. That's something anybody here can do. If you have a PC or Mac, any kind of laptop, you can do that. So if he has a good Skype connection, I have a good Skype connection, all I have to do is I call his Skype and I ask him the questions, we talk, and Audacity is recording that conversation. That's a podcast. I don't have to think. You don't need to know book to create amazing content. You just need to know people that know book. Right?
Yeah.
Then once in a while, before they forget who you are, maybe you can run one episode on your own. So I used to mix it up. For every 5 episodes of other people, I will run one episode solo. So you remember where you are. Exactly. So don't go and say, oh, OPK, yes, no need. No, you have to hold your side. All right. And it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. I remember when I started, teleseminars were on Thursday. I would sit indoors if I have any engagements, I don't take out any engagements on Wednesdays because I was new and nervous. So I will spend the whole day reading. I don't want any gaps. You can't ask me any question and I can't answer you because I wasn't my first time doing this. So I'll spend the entire Wednesday indoors reading, making my notes. And then Thursdays, I don't go anywhere. I don't want to hear say traffic hold me for one place. I could not meet it to go. Know all this Lagos witchcraft traffic?
Yeah.
That you don't know what is causing it. Right now, get it, like, what? There's nothing. So Thursdays, I know they come up for house. I just stay there and I do the episode. But after 5 episodes, 6 episodes, my confidence began to grow. I could afford to go out on Wednesday, Thursday. I got so confident I could have speaking engagements on Thursday. I will still do it. I've done this podcast in different countries of the world, different cities, even when there was low network, different places in Nigeria. All right. I'm just saying over time your confidence will grow. Sometimes even your guest will cancel at the last minute, but because you are very confident in your ability, you just make up a topic and you run the show. Yes, now I know book. I can teach you on online marketing, personal development, spirituality, if you like, right? I can make up something, all right? So how I defeated traffic when I was coming here, my brother and my sister, I can tell stories, don't worry. All right, so that's that. So audio content is incredibly easy to produce. Now, we're in Nigeria again, all right? We have to craft a superior craftiness to defeat the witchcraft. Sometimes, just when you're about to go live, either maybe you are the producer, right? So usually your internet is set. Like me, I have 4 modems at home, 4 or 5. I think about 5. Yes, now. I'm ready for them. Yes?
Back to Audacity, when you were talking about recording on Skype, and then calling on Skype and recording with Audacity, how do you now play back what you recorded into the audio? Okay,
actually, because mine is live, it's going live straight up. I'm talking about for those of you who want to do as a recorded podcast, because I do live and I still record it to keep in the archives, both. All right, but I'm just saying it for those of you who want to do podcasting, not really live. You can still do live if you want, but for people who do podcasting, what applies to you here is recording with Audacity. For me that does live, I use a different software to stream live. All right, it's called BUTT, Bot for Mac, and for PC we use the Sam Broadcaster, SAM for Samuel. Okay, so for me, I live stream and record simultaneously because I want to have the recordings.
Okay, are you done your own? Okay, still on this, sorry.
Okay.
So if you have, I don't know if you're going to talk about this when you talk about apps or if it comes in here, you have a live video you do.
Yes.
What app can you use to convert it to audio?
Okay.
Downloadable audio.
Okay, there's a lot we use. I've moved to Mac now, so the apps are very different from, but on PC, there's one we used to use, something converter, FF, Format Factory. Do you use a PC, Windows?
Yes.
Yes, Format Factory is free.
Thank you.
All right, so you can use that to convert. All right. So, again, I was talking about defeating the witchcraft, amen? So, sometimes, Pastor Dami might not have, his internet might go down. So, how do I connect to him? Okay, because my podcast was live, I had to be more creative than the average person. Normal person can be like, okay, let's reschedule. But we can't reschedule. It's live. People are waiting by 8 o'clock. So I have to think, okay, what do I do? So I've innovated a way. Well, I didn't really innovate. I just read and found it out. How I could call his telephone, GSM 080. I mean, the witches have to be strong for his GSM to not be working. You understand? So that was our fallback plan. I would call his phone number and we would have that conversation and to still have the same effect. So what I used was Skype. Skype has this feature where you can buy Skype credits.
Yes, yes.
All right? And you can call any mobile number in the world. Yes. So I used to have a stock up of Skype credits. And it's very cheap actually, cheaper than MT to MTN calls. Very cheap, yes. So I used to have a stock up of Skype credits. So by 7, we go live at 8, 7 o'clock I will call the guest to do sound check. If everything is working, beautiful. If there's any issues with the network, I'm like, okay, let's do a fallback. I'll call your mobile number. Now the mobile number was so good because people anywhere in Nigeria, sometimes you might be able to connect only when you're at home. But now I was able to have guests who were driving in traffic. As long as I can call their mobile number, we can have them on the show. You know, so that was an amazing way. Okay, so these are ways that you can get around creating content. You have no, you have no excuse. It's very easy to do. As long as you are in your house, there's lights, there's internet, you can get your guests. And nothing, people were like, when I would get guests, people were like, maybe John Obidi, you're so connected. How were we able to get Larry Olushola as guests, Steve Harris, Now, again, that's what's one thing about Lagos people. Lagos people think that you have to be well connected to get these things. Me, I did not know that you have to be well connected. And so I thought that if I DM them on Twitter, they will answer me. And so when I DM them and they answered me, I thought it was normal. Do you understand? I'm just trying to emphasize that you don't have to overthink things. All right? Just most of the time, I just go and DM because I really thought that they will answer me. That was my assumption. Because I'm not a Lagos boy, I'm from Benin City. I didn't know the customs, that they have to be gatekeeper. I didn't know all those things. You people know those things, so it keeps you back. You understand? You know it, so you're like, if I go out, would they? Yeah. Would they answer me? Yeah. I came from, they were very uncultured. I didn't know all this structure. And don't get me wrong, it has cost me a little bit, that's ignorance. All right? But the good side of it is that I didn't know anything like, I'll just go to your DM. Of course, I'm polite and everything, but I just go to your DM. And you answer me, oh, okay, good. We're having them on Thursday. And people are like, wow, how did you do it? It's DM now. You know, people sometimes send me DMs, I respond, and they'll be like, wow, you responded. It's not DM. That's weird. Okay. So that's that for audio. If you want to do video, right, people assume that to do good video content, you need to have like a studio and all those things. You don't really need to have that. There's a software we use called Zoom. What's that of Zoom? Beautiful. Yeah. So with Zoom, you can be talking to your guest, if you guys have a connection, and it will have a split screen where that video show will be recorded. You can export the audio or the video, put it on YouTube. You have a show, that easy. It's that easy, all right? Articles, I don't know how to talk about articles now because you have to read in order to learn how to write. That's how I learned to write. I had to read. I mean, you have a lot of stuff in your head. You don't know how to quite articulate it. Calm down, read someone else's work, all right? By reading how they articulate, I have these explosions in my head when I read people's work that is so well put together. You know, I read works by Paulo Coelho, the guy who wrote The Alchemist. When you just read one line, you'll be like, wait. You go back over it, you'll be like, how did you know to use this figure of speech, to use this? How did you, but over time, reading that is building your own writing prowess. One thing I learned very quickly was that continued exposure to a person's exposure of a gift quickens your own unique expression of that same gift. I'll say it again. Continued exposure to a person's expression of a gift quickens your own unique expression of that same gift. And that's why if you're around friends who are funny, you start becoming funny. Have you noticed that? Yeah. And it's not even as if you are repeating their jokes, but that part of your brain that is able to create humor begins to get stimulated while you're around them. And your own, you will just somehow know the correct timing and the punchlines. Add these things, right? It's the same way. All right? So these are the kinds of content. Articles, audio, video. Figure out which one you want to build your relevance on. Okay? I would recommend audio. Now, some of you have recorded your voice. I'm sure most of you don't like your voice, Abby. Yes. You are not supposed to like your voice. Why? You are not creating it for yourself. Yes, you're creating it for them. It's not for you. So that you don't like it is not an issue. It's not for yourself. I like to say that you are not the salt of your pot of soup. You are the salt of the earth. It's not for you. All right? Which happened? Now we enter. All right, cool. Yes, so that's that, all right? So you wouldn't like it. See, even me as I did so, I don't listen to my own recordings. Once I've done it, it's ready, snip, put it out there, I'm gone. I don't listen to my own voice. All right. You might think that, John Obidi, for this level where he did, maybe you are so comfortable with your voice. Even me, I think they do me one kind to hear. And go and Google it, it's normal. You are not strange. Or your voice doesn't sound strange also. But if you don't know, you think, oh, my voice is not good. And I met one guy one time, he said he recorded 5 episodes of his podcast, but he didn't put it out. He wasn't confident enough to put it out there. I said, 5. And this guy's happy book, eh? One thing I learned in this Lagos when I first moved here, I moved here in 2014. People who make the most money, they're not the people who know book pass. They're just certain things. Number one, they are very confident. They can be saying nonsense, but they will confident. They will look into your eyes. The body language is on. Say, look, I can tell you. Listen. See. I can tell you for it. And those who have the message are so timid. It's true. So timid, they're like, you need to get out of that, man. I'm telling you guys, I used to be the shyest person ever. I'm not fit toast woman. I'm telling you, I was the shyest person ever. I'd rather die than speak in public. But guy, see, when hungry slap you, guy, you go open your mouth. Hey, you say, guy, I phone you. I don't say I phone you like this, so boy, you will express yourself. Okay? All right, real quick. So let's talk about a template for creating great content, all right? All right, this formula, I hope I can still remember what this thing means. CTHA. All right, so now the content type. I'm not going to use all of them. I'm trying to remember the mnemonic. All right, so the content type, all right? There are different kinds of content types. There is industry news. There is how to. There is Q&A. There is there's how to, Q&A, there's news. I'll explain what they mean. There is, what else? Okay, let's leave it at these 3 first, okay? So you decide on what content type you want to put out. Is it news? So for news, you're basically reporting what happened in the industry. For example, how we were able to host Dream Academy 2018 without any hitches. All right? I think that's a how-to, but it's kind of historical. So people want to know how you did it before because they don't want to go through all the hurdles you went through. All right? 6 ways we defeated the challenges of electricity when holding this seminar. People want to know that because I do events. How can I, right? So you're going to get a lot of clout for that. All right? Then, okay, the last one was the interview. All right. Then there's also Q&A is actually part of interview. Then there's how to. Okay. So how to is simply how to solve a particular problem in that industry. All right. How to, first of all, which niche are we talking about? Real estate, for example. How to buy land in Lagos without Omonile problem. Is that how to pronounce it? Omonile, Abi? Omonile. Don't mind me. All right. So how to buy land in Lagos without Omonile problem. Okay. Which other niche do we have?
To wear makeup to attract the man with your
Exactly. Yes, now, we have the psychology of colors, all right?
Yeah.
How to use the perfect color combination on your makeup to attract one of your dreams. If you use this makeup, that is the makeup you use for funeral. That's why you're not attracting the man of your dreams. You're attracting the man of your nightmares because you're wearing funeral makeup. All right? So how to now interview and how to are somehow related, but you can be more flexible with interview. Okay, if I want to have someone like Pastor Dami, for instance, it is very easy to think of a topic when you are not the one bringing out the content. You can just look at something you admire in the person's business or personal life and make up a topic out of it. Okay, so the topic can be how Pastor Dami Oluwatoyinbo was able to hit 6 figures in his new software business, or how they were able to increase their customer base by 300% over the last 6 months, or how they were able to, the burden of results is on them. Okay, so, and you can easily know by just going through their bio and reading their successes. Just pick one, that's the topic. How we did this over time. And if you listen to podcasts, you would see all their topics. That's where they come from, okay? Or maybe the person is an expert at something, and so you can teach how to get over your fear of public speaking. So it can be how to get over your fear of public speaking, or 7 ways to get over your fear of public speaking, featuring or with Pastor Dami Oluwatoyinbo. And that's it. You run your episode and you got great content, all right? So this is a simple formula. Now, let's talk about headlines, CTA. So headlines, you might think of, okay, when I know what I want to say now, how do I title it? Okay, there is this formula that I like to use sometimes, not all the time, just sometimes. It's called the ROT formula. The ROT formula. ROT means results, objection, time frame. Results, objection, time frame. And I'll explain. Results. What results does your audience desire to have? Okay, so let's pick one niche now. So someone give me a niche. Fashion. Okay. What result people want to know in fashion industry? Usually they want to know how to make money from fashion. Okay. So how to make money in fashion? That's the results. What's the objection? Eyes on me. Eyes on me. I'm the star. Amen. Good. All right. What could be the objection that someone will have to that content? Well, why?
I don't know how to combine colors.
Beautiful. Yeah, I don't know how to combine colors. So, how to make money in fashion, even if you don't know how to combine colors? All right, you are just so you probably missed what I just said. Catch it. All right, don't miss what I just said. All right, ROT formula is what I'm talking about. Results, objection, time frame. Okay, so what's the results you're trying to get them to have? How to make money from fashion? But like, but I don't know how to combine colors without knowing how to combine colors. What's the time frame? In 3 months. I don't know, use your own time frame. I not lie. All right? So how to make money in fashion, even, I mean, that's a very long headline, okay? But that's just an example, okay? So how to make money from fashion, even if you are just a beginner.
Beginner's guide.
All right? The beginner's guide, you know, but if you're using the formula, that's how you would, because people like the beginner, they like newbie tips, okay? So how to make money in fashion, even if you are just a beginner. Hey, I'm just a beginner. Okay, you can say time frame can also be making it look really like in 3 simple steps or in 3 months. Okay, that helps people. Okay, another one could be how to lighten your skin. No, but what's the objection? Are you Babalawo? What's the objection? Chemicals. I might harm my skin. All right, I may make my melanin production reduce and get susceptible to skin cancer, right? So how to lighten your skin? Naturally is the objection. So you can just put that in. How to lighten your skin without any side effects. Who no go rush that kind of thing? How to lighten your skin naturally without any side effects in, I don't know how long it is, so say 1 week, I don't know. All right? That's a baptism. Yes?
Okay, so if you're going to, because I get what you're saying, yeah, but for the sake of having to go back, should in case you forget, right? So you said that the result is what your audience,
Yes.
what your audience to have,
Yes.
what your audience wants, and then you said the time frame can be like something like in between a certain period of time.
Yes.
But then
Or a number of steps.
a number of steps.
Yes.
But I didn't get the objection.
Okay, the objection, that result, what could potentially stop me from having that result? Or what could potentially prevent me from having that result? Or what could potentially be a reason that I will not opt in for that result? How to invest in real estate, even if, or how to invest in the stock market. Well, don't I need a stockbroker without a stockbroker?
Okay.
All right, makes sense?
Yeah.
How to invest in treasury bills is hard. I have to go to a bank without going to the bank.
How?
That's the thing I put on my brand ambassadorship. Use the iInvest app, guys. Let me tell the market. The iInvest. All right, so that's just one. There's an app actually for that. iInvest. It's pretty new. All right, so those are examples. What else? What else? Which other niche do we have? And here, that C stands for category. So the category is a niche. Just remember now, category is a niche. What are you saying? Writing. Okay, so what is a result somebody in that niche wants to achieve?
To learn how to write up, learn how to rhyme their words so that what they write can be very attractive and appealing, because not just say the words.
Okay. All right, how to write poetic content.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, good. How to write how to write magnetic headlines. And I'm a marketer, so all these words are just coming naturally. And this is what people want to hear. All right, so I can summarize that in how to write magnetic headlines, even if you're not a marketer. Because you're like, it's not marketers are not those, even if you are not a marketer. Okay. Then if it's too long, then you don't need the time frame. Or sometimes you can even eliminate the objection and just put the time frame. Each one works as a trigger.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it about headlines. So first things first, the C is for category. What category are you in? Okay. No, sorry. There's a niche, the normal niche. C for category is not even as niche, sorry. We're talking about category. Look at your niche, right? And then break that body of knowledge into 4 or 5 categories. All right? And when I say that, I mean online marketing. Categories can be email marketing, Facebook ads, Instagram marketing, what else? Lead generation, conversion, product creation. All right? Pick one of those ones. So this week, we want to deal with product creation. All right? Let me not use me. Let me use someone else. Well, what niche are you in?
Sir?
What niche are you in?
What?
What niche are you in?
Niche.
Yes.
Personal development.
Personal development. So if you break down yours into 5 categories, we could have self-esteem.
Yeah.
We could have leadership. What else?
Emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. What else?
Go global.
Go global. You can have
Promoting a product that grow and go global.
Go global.
Leadership stuff,
okay. Let's call it sales.
Sales.
Okay.
Personal growth.
Okay. Personal growth is a bit vague because we want to grow in which area. So that's why leadership, self-esteem, but it could be a category too. It's not time management. We want to learn that. So just it can be as many as you like, but I'll say maybe just have a maximum of 5. All right. So let's say we want to pick on self-esteem today, or let's take something as leadership. Pick leadership. Okay. So that's category leadership. So leadership. We want to write or produce content on leadership this week. What content type are we going to use? Are we going to talk about news? Talk about how maybe an institute like Dale Carnegie Nigeria did something phenomenal over the past month or past week. That's news. Or how to increase your leadership skills in 5 easy steps. All right. Or how to inspire your employees, even if or something that's not my niche per se. But that's when again I like to use the lazy method, which is the interview method. All right. So I'll look at someone in the personal development space like Pastor Dami. I'll just go and look at his website. That's it. Then I'll get a topic, personal development, and say, okay, 5 ways or how to break into, this one's a very hot one. Somebody should steal it, please. How to break into the business of public speaking. All right? How to break into the business. And now I don't need to sabi book because it is and interview style content. And then he has results in that area. And it's very incredible to sell. I'll use his bio and sell the episode because I like to pre-sell the episodes. Before it comes, I'll put it out on whichever medium I control, either email blast or my Facebook group. I say, so this is we're having Pastor Damielo talking about how to break into the business of public speaking without a dime in your pocket. Objection, all right? Or without any connections, all right? And then Dami has gotten results in this area, that area, that area. He has gotten awards for this in 2000 and this. Was able to do this. And people are like, wow, it's building the desire for the episode. And when it comes, boom, they key into it. That's how I promote my episodes every single. Who?
They pay you, people that listen to your episode.
No, they don't pay. It's free. That's how I'm building relevance with my content. Because it's free, there's no barrier of entry. That's how you get popular. All right, so it's free to access. Tomorrow, we have another episode on how to create a business process. What did I do? I looked at my Facebook group. I saw one guy who was always making posts about business process. I called him up this morning. I'm like, dude, can you come on tomorrow? Talk about how to create an outstanding business process that can increase your revenue by 500%. So I said, okay, if you were to talk about that, what would you normally say? He now told me, I said, okay, look, you are talking about this thing for corporates. It's SMEs are going to be listening. Yes, Davis. Okay, see, he's so well branded that people know him for his niche. See, that's goals.
He was at my last seminar.
See, that's interesting. That's goals.
He left a strong impression. So when he spoke about it, just like, that's me.
I mean, come on. There are thousands of people in Lagos. Why is that when I mentioned processes, they thought of Davis Okeowo? That's a very weird. It's not even coincidence. I should tell you something about building relevance. That's a lesson on its own. So it's Davis. So I called him up this morning. I'm like, so he broke it down for me. I'm like, good, we have an episode. I enter Moto. I started coming down here for I don't have to prepare. It's no. Okay. Though episodes where even the episodes I do myself, I don't really have to prepare. I already know what I'm doing. I have many notes already. Yeah. But I don't have to prepare. It's all going to be on him. I've already told him this is what I'll be asking you. Just make a presentation, get ready, and then make slides available to the listeners that they will get so that they'll be very happy. And he was good. Tomorrow by 8 p.m., but tomorrow by 7 p.m., I'm going to call him on Skype to do test sound check. All right? Once you do that for like 5 minutes, it's all working. We're getting all the connections ready to destroy village people. Nothing will militate against that. Amen. And then you can afford to have a prayer band team, someone in your room to be doing at the same time. Anyway, just so by 8 o'clock, we're going live. I asked him, what kind of network do you use? These are questions a Nigerian must ask. Right? Obodo Igbo, you don't need, there are many assumptions you can run away with for Obodo Igbo. But here you ask questions, what network do you use? He said, well, I use MTN. This, okay, where exactly is that? What's signal strength? 3 bars, 4 bars, half? But anyway, I said, okay, that's still fine. When we go live, when we do the sound check, I'll hear the sound quality. If it's too bad, we'll do the fallback and just call a mobile number. We'll do the episode, and it's presentation style. So if you listen to me before, I normally say, you are live in 3, 2, 1, and blast off. And I'm eating my snack. Do I mute my microphone? And I'm eating a snack, drinking something, and checking the time. Yeah, good. So question time. Yeah, who has any questions? Right. Okay. So I'm just saying it's incredibly easy to produce. All right. Don't complicate it. So that's about the process. Then I just make up the headline, and we're good to go. So let's take this again. Okay.
So what's the A, sorry?
The A. I'm trying to remember what the A is, but the most important ones are the type and the headline. I'll probably remember before we leave here. All right. So what is your niche? Remember, select your niche. It has to be a niche where people are willing and able to pay. All right. There's a lady I'm consulting for. We met 3 days ago at a coffee shop. We were talking. She wants to produce a podcast. I said, okay, so what's your niche exactly? She said, yeah, she wants to create content around gender-based violence. And I'm like, and they were like, oh, we are an NGO. Oh, you're an NGO. Okay, right, good, right. Let's create content. Let's go ahead. I'm looking at it from a marketing perspective. Okay, how do we monetize that? I'm not sure. Right. So why do you want to do that? You are an NGO. Okay, so who wants to listen to it? The game actually is that they usually try to get funding from international agencies. So those agencies need to see that they are doing something. All right. So they're not doing it so that people will get hundreds of listens. They are doing it to exist so that they look like a serious body. as venture so they can get money from international, they can get funding from international. Good. So you see why those questions, I'm not being emotional about, but it's a very good thing. Later now you start getting so frustrated that you're not making money. All right? So let's be what niche are you in? Is it a niche that people are willing and able to buy things? All right? And then who are you targeting? I had this friend of mine who told me once that he wanted to teach university students how to become millionaires by saving money and starting businesses. I told him, when people come and tell you, about this is what I want to do, I've learned to be very, very careful. Youthful exuberance. Hey, you now go and do so that you succeed and write your book and say, I proved John Obidi wrong. They told me, my mentors told me that I couldn't do it, but I proved them wrong. Anyway, I told the guy, I said, students don't have money, 1. 2, it's not their priority. Their priority is going to Wizkid concerts and trying to get girls to like them. You are doing content for students to learn how to become student millionaires. They don't care about that. They don't value their future enough yet. All right?
There still is that place of comfort.
Yeah, but I speak a lot to adults. I speak a lot to young people. And there's a very when I say speak, personal development kind of speaking, I'm talking about your goals, your life, making the right choices. When I speak to adults, quiet, amen, quiet, use sign language. Yes. When I speak to adults, 40s and 50s about choices, they are sitting down and looking at me with rapt attention. Why? These are people who have made mistakes. They have suffered for their mistakes and they will do anything for a second chance at life. So they are ready. They will do anything. They're ready to go. But young people, they want to do it, but how do you get them to value a future they haven't quite seen?
Come on. That's good.
That's a disconnect. It's hard. Even those that really want to, they are really, but they've not seen it yet. They've not been there. How can you? So when you say want to get students to be millionaires, they've not had to pay school fees for children before.
Yeah.
They've not had issues where they've spent their life savings on planning their wedding. These are adult problems. All right? So I told this guy, this thing is, I'm just trying to be honest with you, this thing will not work. Not that your dream is not valid, but you have to tweak the target market. The guy said, no, now this one I want die put. I said, sorry, no verse, carry go. 5 years later, bros, I don't know why, the Instagram is so fallow, there's nothing going on. I think he got a job, and there's nothing wrong getting a job, but you could have saved yourself heartache if you had just hear word, all right? But the hear what I'm talking about is choose your niche very intentionally. Now, that was one of the mistakes I made. I can't tell you that everything I touched turned to gold. I was just doing, because I didn't learn from it. I just was doing. I was tweaking on the way. But it took me longer time to achieve prominence than it should have if I had done things properly. Okay? So choose your niche. Is it a buying niche? If you, like in personal development, what's the end in mind? Do you want to sell seminars? Do you want to do consulting? When you get that one first, it will inform the kind of connections you intentionally make, the kind of environments you intentionally put yourself at, the kind of speaking engagements you intentionally solicit. Man don't lie for you with a solicitor. I'm not coming on Luke Bridge. I don't know who maybe just sits. Maybe think that we just sit down and there are special people that they just pick for being so excellent. No, I don't know about that, but I lobby. How old am I? I'm 31. I'm 32 this year. How many active years do I have left on this earth that I'll be ashamed of anybody? These guys, people are doing as if life is a rehearsal. That look at you. When you come next time, you now perfect it. You now do. Now we're just learning. When you come back the second time, you now. You cannot hit restart. It's just one. If I just go, okay, let me just try, just do it safe, We're just learning, By the time I finish this one, the next incarnation, with all the lessons I learned in the previous one, I'll hit the ground running. No. Just nowadays, there's no time. All right. The reason I'm bringing all these things, I teach these things a lot. People will write notes, blah, 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 blah. How was it? It was great. They killed it. It was phenomenal. All right. 1 week inside Lagos and the witchcraft don't catch you. What happened to do that thing? Hungry never beat you. No, see, there was no other way for me. The kind of problems that were chasing me, it's not 100K problem. It's not 300K a month problem. It's not 1 million naira a month problem. Some of you can live comfortably on 150K per month. It's okay. I don't blame you. But problem being there in my life at the time. I can't tell you what it is. Those of you who have heard me speak, I've talked about it sometimes. All right. I had real problems that I needed big money to solve. I couldn't afford the luxury of fear. Anyway, we thank God. All right, so these are very easy to do, very, very easy to do. All right. So you do that. So this is how you create great content. And remember, you already built an audience. All right. So you are doing this. Just send a link, throw it out to your audience, and that's how you build relevance. So now let's talk about the final piece of the puzzle, which is monetization. So that's why I answered that. Okay, she has just stepped out because she asked the question. I think she asked the question of how to monetize content that doesn't have a buying market. All right. So first of all, how do you want to make money? You want to make money in consulting? You want to make money in consulting? You have to learn that business of consulting. All these. I have a friend who went to speak for one corporate. What was her topic? Weird storytelling. She got a multinational in Nigeria. Storytelling. But there's a way they put together, they present their presentation, their proposal, they have a speaker kit. There's a language of the industry if you want to take it seriously for that path. But you will not know if you don't intentionally choose your path. All right? Do you want to be speaking to the masses where you will sell information products? Information products are you are selling audio programs, you're selling video courses, you are selling ebooks or hard copy books. All right? So you have to choose your path. And then let's talk about how to monetize content. Now, depending on your path, for my path, I sell information products. Information products include ebooks, audio programs, and video courses. All right? Can I take this off? All right. Now, this is the money. This is the money. This is the part that you would be interested in. This is why we are here. And we want to heal the world. Amen. And also make money.
And heal your bank account.
Amen. All right, money. All right, so these are different income streams. Info products. All right, you know how to do something really well. Make it into an information product, an ebook, an audio program, or a video course. Video courses have higher perceived value than ebooks, so they are really great to do. If you solve a really good problem for them in a video course, you can get away with selling for about 30 to 50K. All right, I've sold video courses of 30K, 40K. I think the highest one was 60K that I sold. All right, my first video course I did was in 2014. I taught people how to make money with apps. What I was going to teach you guys on apps, right? I taught about that and I sold it for 40K. Per copy. When I say copy, I'll send you the link when you pay. And I think my only list was on BBM, just my contact that I blasted to them. They saw it. About 20 people bought. How much was that? That's 800,000. I was like, just like that. Yeah, because I was used to hustle. You do seminar, you get venue, you get food for them. But this one, eat in your house, it's self-paced. You don't see me, but just consume it. And I could sell. I was like, that was when I was like, wow, this thing works. All right. So video courses are great. Audio programs, just like podcasts, very incredibly easy to produce, and you can still sell them really well. Okay. And then you have ebooks. You don't need to get all fancy. Put them on Google Drive. Anybody who buys, send them the link. That's the easiest way to do it. There are other high-tech ways of doing it, but I don't want to bore you with that. For video courses, however, there's this platform called Teachable. All right, so it's free to get registered on Teachable. You register on Teachable, they'll give you a subdomain, okay, femi.teachable.com. The book can take your classes on Teachable. They'll pay you in Naira, and then you'll give them the link to enroll in your class on Teachable, okay? So how do you create video courses? There's a technology called screencasting. When I say video courses, some people get really nervous because they think they'll have to show their face, okay? I've never shown my face on any of my video courses. And that's because of the technology of screencasting. And let me tell you how screencasting works. Imagine that I'm here, let me stand here, making a presentation. Okay, my slides are ready. You can't see me, but you can hear me and you can see the slides. And I'm talking slide 1, how to make money online. All right, choose your niche intentionally, and the whole thing is showing. Slide 2, when you choose your niche, all right, break it into 5 categories, and they're listed out there. So for example, this category, that category, that category. Next slide, choose a captivating headline. Use the ROT formula. The slides are moving, all right? Now that screencast software in real time is combining my voice with the movement of the slides. You know the slides are moving? Slide 1, slide 2. Those slides movements are being combined with my voice to make a video file that you can export and people can play. All right, this is one.
My face is not on it.
Exactly. This is a screencast. This was done using a screencast software. This is PowerPoint. Okay, Keynote.
I use PowerPoint for this, but
Okay.
I use Keynote now.
Okay. So you see, this is just simple PowerPoint. If you can create slides in PowerPoint, you can easily do this. So what we do is that we create the slides, now put it on presentation mode, full screen mode, all right? Then the screencast software will be recording in the background. Just put your mic and start talking, all right? So slide 1, we're talking about this today, Slide 2, nobody has to see you. No one is seeing you. That's how you do it, all right? Software you can use is called screencastomatic.com. It's free. There's no space enough. It's a very long name. Let me try to write it out. Yeah, write it. Just screencast altogether. Then -o-matic.com. The premium version costs, I think, about $15 per year. The cheapest, but they have a free version that you can test for 15 minutes, and it puts a watermark there, so you can test that out. So that is how to create video courses. For audio programs, very easy. Use Audacity. All right. So that's how you make money with information products. Now, from information products, people are going to come to you and say, okay, we want you to do it for us. One way you can make some good money is by doing done-for-you services. Because if you're an expert in a field, people will trust you to handle it for them. So people come to me to do personal brand consulting for them. Okay, I want to launch my personal brand. I don't know anything about how to arrange my content or how to build an audience, and I handle all those services for them. That is going to be a great way to make money from what you do. And if you brand yourself properly, you can afford to charge a lot more than the 40K, 30K. All right, there are people who are willing to pay you as much as $1 million a month to just have you as their consultant to teach them what to do. However, how you brand to those people is going to be very, very different. One of the first rules of branding I learned when I came to Lagos by looking at people. Don't look like you need the money. Amen? Yes. All right, let's go. All right, so let me move on quickly into apps. Just saved this one for last because like I was asked earlier on, there are some niches that don't have a clear-cut way to productize, right? But there's an audience. I gave a 1-hour talk on this. I'll try to make this into 15 or 10 minutes. Content monetization without selling products. See, that's another headline. How to make money from content without selling products. All right. All right. Now, one of the things that made Facebook blow up was what? Their mobile app. Why did they blow up with their mobile app? Who can guess? Who can tell me? Yes? Okay, no.
Notification.
Push notifications. The magic of push notifications. Why is it magical? Because when you see that red light blinking on your phone, your life is restless until you see what caused that red light. All right? Follow me. I'll come back to that. How many people have blogs here?
I have a website.
Okay, but who blogs? You blog. Do you have AdSense on your blog?
Yeah.
You have AdSense there? Does it generate any kind of income at all, at least? Okay, but you have some pennies at least showing up. Not zero? Okay. Okay, but the biggest problem that bloggers are facing, all right? People think that traffic generation is the problem, and I'm sure you think that's the problem. It is a valid issue, but the real problem is not in generating traffic, it's in traffic retention. People who came yesterday, we had 1,000 visitors yesterday. How can I bring them back today? I had this friend who had a blog who was making about $20,000 a month in AdSense revenue. All right, and I was like, guy, this is amazing. How are you doing it? You know, and he showed me his system. So it was a system called what we call traffic arbitrage. All right, arbitrage simply means buying something at a low price and selling elsewhere at a high price. So if I buy your pen for 10 naira and I sell to this man for 20 naira, I make profit of 10 naira. That's arbitrage. It's just big word for buying and selling. All right. So it's called traffic arbitrage. So what he would do is that he will buy traffic from Facebook, maybe say for 100 naira, and then when that traffic comes on Facebook, maybe they click on ads and he gets paid $150 for that 100 naira he spent there. So his profit there is what? $50. So he will spend in a month. He will spend about $15,000 on Facebook ads to get traffic, and he will make $20,000 from AdSense. I was like, wow, that's amazing. But there's got to be a better way to do this. Because you are wasting people. Because they will come, they will click, and they are gone. Do you have to now spend another one again? There's be a more efficient way to do this. And that's how I stumbled upon apps. Now, when I say apps, trust me, everybody here can develop this app. All right? I'll give you tools that can help you create one in less than 10 minutes. Even if you're not a coder. See this, all these headlines. The objection. All right? Now, with an app, all right, imagine if you spend $100 on Facebook traffic. Normally, you will send them to your blog, but you have no way to retain them. So next time, what you do, this is your blog, embed it inside an app. All right? There are some apps that are like that. They're not really sophisticated apps, but you can just embed your website there. Our own Smart Backup app is based on this technology. All right? You just embed your blog inside the app. So now, don't send traffic to your blog. Send traffic to your app. Let them install your app. Why are they installing your app? So that once they've installed your app, notifications blast their life. That is where we now have retention. Because if you have just 100 downloads of your app, you don't have to spend new money to re-engage them in your content.
Yeah.
You feel that? All right? So your issue now should be, how do I now create an app that I can embed my blog content in? And when I have a new article, I can send a simple push notification and bring my app users back into the site so I can make money from ad revenue. All right? Slowly again, I said something that might be over some people's heads when I said ad revenue. All right? Who knows about AdSense here? All right? Some don't know about AdSense. AdSense is a Google product that helps bloggers make money from their content. All right? So let me quickly, Let me quickly explain what AdSense means. This man has a business, okay? He sells apples, but he doesn't know how to get customers for his Apple business. All right? This man has an audience. They love apples. This man doesn't know this man. They don't know each other. However, I know this man needs to sell his apples, and I know that this man has an audience that loves to eat apples. So what do? I'm like, pay me 100 naira, and I will get you people who can buy your apples. He pays me 100 naira, all right? I will now take 30 naira from that one and pay to this guy. Send customers to him. All right? So he is doing what he loves by blogging about apples, building an audience, feeding them with content about apples, and I'm paying him for putting this guy's ads on his website. Do you understand? I am AdSense. He is the blogger. He is the advertiser. So you as a blogger, AdSense will be paying you every month for clicks on adverts. You don't need to know who the advertiser is. All right? But some big blogs like Linda Ikeji, they've been able to kick AdSense out of the game and go directly to this man so they can make more of the money. You understand? But leave that aside, that's still on a higher level. On a lower level, AdSense, that's how you make money from AdSense. So if you have a blog, you will be monetizing usually using AdSense. However, AdSense takes how long to set up? Who knows? 6 months to get approved. 6 months. However, there's another program that is the mobile version of AdSense, the one that works for apps. It's called AdMob. You get approved in 24 hours. If you don't know, you don't know. They don't advertise these things. Only those that know. All right. I did a seminar on this only once in my life, and my kidnap value went up, and I stopped. Telling you, 2014, I did this thing. They started calling me. I said, no, don't worry. people who would use this thing, they've gone on to making millions of naira every month, start leaving their houses. AdMob pays you through your Domaka, but long story, right? So with your app, we monetize using AdMob. There'll be an ad somewhere there. That's how you get paid. So every time you have a new article, you simply send them a push notification. They open your app. You get paid each time that they click. So how do you create this app? Appigen.net. If you are not a programmer, even if you're not a programmer, you can use them. I think they charge about $12 a month. But then again, it's only for Android devices. And I like to push Android because most Nigerians, your target market, are going to be using Androids. So that was answering your question earlier on. You can, because there are different kind of niches. There is news, there is sports. I know a lot of people who made money from sports. Personally, I made a lot of money from sports, even though I don't really care about sports like that. All right? I created an app for Arsenal fans, but you never know that it's me, Sha. Yeah. I created an app for Arsenal fans, for Man U fans, Chelsea fans. Then I ran Facebook ads of how to install the apps. All right? And I have a team of people that create content there, and I run push notifications, and Google pays me like water. They pay in dollars. Isn't being recorded? Okay, do I have to say one other thing like that, but I'm not saying now. Right, let's move on. Because when I'm running for president now, they'll say, hey, that is how that time when you were young, you said something, don't worry. All right, so so that's how you monetize content without selling. You can get paid with banner impressions. This, if you get this right, this one can set you up, even if you don't know what to do with your life. And while you're figuring it out, this one alone, we'll just sit down and master it. It can set you up really well. Now, niches, not just any kind of niche can work with this, all right? Because it has to be viral niches, what people are really passionate about. Sports, beauty, entertainment, food. Yes, if you go to the Google Play Store, there are apps that teach Nigerian recipes. Those apps have a lot of traffic. Yes? Fitness.
Relationship, sex.
Well, that's too, even though I can't because of camera saying that, amen? Yeah. Yeah. So weight loss, yes.
Gossips.
Gossip is a very hot niche, even though I can't admit that, you can. Yeah, right? So what else? But those are amazing niches. So when you get that, create your content, embed it in the app, and you're good to go. You can create your app in as little as 10 minutes. All right, it's as simple as putting the URL of your blog, and you're good to go. It is unbelievably easy. You don't need a programmer. All right, so that's it about content monetization. Any quick question, real quick? Quick question.
I'm actually on my way out. I have a comment and a serious question and a question for Pastor Dami relating to the monetization thing. So I'm going to ask and run away. Then you tell me the answer at home.
Okay.
So speaking about monetizing things, especially around us, so people, a lot of people are church folks or spiritual people and they have giftings and all of that. So how do they monetize that? They ask churches to pay them. Do they ask for an honorarium before they accept the invitation? How do you monetize your gifts? And then my comment is, I like the way you calculate your distances in buses and kekes. So 2 buses and kekes, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Then third, as I suppose, say, I use spoken form. I won't ask you the other way.
What does that mean?
All right, bye. Don't tell you later. Right, bye.
Okay. What has spoken?
For them,
Oh, right. So I heard that I have a little time left, right? So there's like 30 minutes left. I have to maximize the time. All right, praise the Lord, hallelujah, praise God, glory. Any other questions?
He spoke before, he's not there yet.
Yes, were you asking me something? You were, yes.
For the app, do you have a blog for your website?
Yes, you do. Yeah, so that's for like bloggers who you create content, and the best kind of content for this one is not podcasts or videos, but articles, easily consumable articles. Yes.
So for a blogger, would you advise that I leave WordPress totally, create my own domain to use this app?
No, you don't need to. People don't even need to know what your website looks like. They don't need to know the domain name of your website. They don't need to have your app installed. As a matter of fact, most of the time when people go to all these blogs, life is too short to remember all those URLs. Nobody remembers. Unless you are entrenched like a Linda Ikeji. So it's very likely that nobody remembers, so you just need your app icon on their phone. They don't even need to remember that the app is even there until you blast the notification and they'll see new article and they click through, okay? So you can be on Blogger, you can be on WordPress. The only issue I have with Blogger and WordPress, don't build a house on rented land. If there's any issue, maybe someone reporting for plagiarism, Google will first of all take down your websites because they have the portfolio on their platform. But if you are self-hosted, they can't do anything. They can only beg you. All right? Yes, sir. All right.
Someone was telling me about creation when you're hosting your website, the URL and the URL. It was saying something like, let's say you're having a website, smartbcam.com. The person was saying that the letters shouldn't be more than 7 and all of that, so that you can, I don't know how that works. Because I was saying that I want to do icpdcommunity.org, and she was saying it's too long, that check Facebook, they do, all of those stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, it's more like a suggestion or a guideline. It's not really a requirement. But I would take a shorter website, a shorter URL, ICBD community. They can get many things misspelled in the process. They can spell community with 1 M.
Okay.
Yes. But what Facebook did was they bought facebook.com, they bought facebook.com, they bought facebooks.com. Making any mistakes, it still gets you. This is were owned by other people, though. They squatted on the domains. Long story. But yes, it can be, it's best if it's a short domain. All right. There's an industry called domain real estate, where people buy domains for their future value, hopefully, and they sell for tens of thousands of dollars. But long story short, our domains are better. Okay, let me take ours first. Was waving. I'll take yours next.
There's no iOS for the app.
There's no.
iOS devices.
Well, you can do iOS, but okay, if you want to, which one does iOS? Okay, so iBuild app is for iOS, but not many Nigerians have iPhones.
The original one.
But if you want it for iOS, ibuildapp.com can help you. Yes.
So is it that when you build the app, you're taking your whole website or just the blog section of the website?
Well, it's the content and marketing, so just the blog section. You can put the whole website if you like, but the blog section. Okay. Go to smartbcam.com/app to download our mobile app and just see how our own was outlaid. Just the same way. Very simple. smartbcamp.com/app to take it to our mobile app, Android app. And by the way, one thing I forgot to say about apps, it costs a one-time fee of $25 to have a Google Play developer account.
Huh? It costs what?
$25. All right? So you don't think that all these companies that have apps on the Play Store pay a lot of money. It's just $25 one time, forever and ever. And you're allowed to develop up to 100 apps on that account. Yeah. For iOS, it's a yearly fee of $99. All right, question? No one else? All right, ma'am, you were asking.
Okay. My question is,
That's fine.
So, as a spoken word artist, how do you get an audience to listen to your like, how do you really create a podcast? I don't understand. I don't know how to explain. I mean, how do you get them to listen to you? That you're not talking about business or sports or anything.
Okay. All right. So I'll answer the question as a marketer, and I'll ask some questions too. What is the demand currently like for spoken word? When I say demand, I mean active demand. People who are willing to pay to listen to spoken word right now. What's it like? In Nigeria, I can tell you for free that it's not that lucrative. It doesn't mean that your gift is not useful. As a spoken word artist, there are other competencies that you have, but you might be overlooking, that are in hot demand. Spoken word artists have a lot of confidence. They know how to communicate their ideas with confidence, certainty, and clarity by going somewhere. They know how to speak to a lot of people they've never met before. That will give you ideas of something you can sidestep to and monetize while you are still enjoying your passion as a spoken word artist.
So you talked about APGN.net. Is it okay? So, for instance, now if I want to create a fashion app that can, because there's some things you mentioned which got me thinking, or that I considered it earlier. So I'm thinking of capturing the maternity market, because I realized that a lot of times they do not have, they struggle with their sizes, and then they usually buy times 2.
What I said to them?
Maternity dresses.
Okay.
At a considerable price.
Okay.
So for them, because most times they need to get really good dresses, they have to buy like times 2.
Okay. What was the question?
So the question is how do I do all of that in an app?
Okay. First of all, unless you are a Jumia, nobody will install your app if you are just selling things.
Okay.
So you need to use content to lead.
Okay.
Get it? All right. And then, an app would be nice, but I would say you can do a podcast. Podcast. And that's the thing, you don't need to know it. There are models everywhere around you. Exactly. There are models everywhere around you. Just pick. Just go to church. You see that they will see many options.
Exactly.
Just in church alone, women's meeting, just see them. All right. Who else? You want to ask? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I run 2 websites.
Okay. I'm still moving about.
I have a personal brand website.
Okay.
Global.com.
Okay.
Which I think has been a while I visited it.
Okay.
Because when I opened his website, I was just shocked. Like, what have I been doing with that? Someone did that for me like a gift, and it renews it every time to 2 years for me for free like that. And designed it for my birthday gift.
Okay. Question. Question.
On Sunday.
Question.
So my question is this: how can I build that personal brand website to be able to fetch me money? I also have another website called todayslips.org, whereby I write inspiring words, and we have a lot of people that visit. We even have this fill a form stuff but I'm not generating a dime from it. So
Okay. Do you have products?
Yes, I have a book I've written. I have 2 books already.
Okay.
So my question is, how can I monetize? How can I convert that, either my brand website or my Today's Lips website?
Okay. Personal brand websites are easier than others to convert. Because you can look at Pastor Dami's website. People feel like they know a real person. DamianLoatoibu.com. They're already writing a story in their head about this person. They see his picture, they hear his voice. His website is very strategic. He has videos at certain ends, so people feel like they can connect with him. And right there, before you get distracted and leave, he's offering you a free gift. So he catches you into his email, and he keeps on communicating with you via email. And so when you catch them in the inbox, feed them with content. You are building the know, like, and trust factor with them. And then you can sell them. You can sell them on not just books, but things that can easily consume. Audio programs, video courses, PDFs. Your book, convert it to PDF version. Put it on Okada Books. Put it on Amazon Kindle. All right? All right, guys. So here we are, one house. We're going to talk about, really quickly, community gold mine. How to build an active audience or community around your passion or around your work. All right? So first of all, by that, I guess you must be thinking of Facebook groups, okay? That is where I have my constituency. How I started my Facebook group, okay, let me not go into that, but we started on I don't know the date, I think January 27th, 2016. I just created the group Smart B Camp, and initially I was just going to be teaching about online marketing. But I had taken a course on Facebook groups. A man named Victor Bassi was teaching community mastery at the time. And it was from his Facebook group I knew that people could even have Facebook groups that were worthwhile. His was the highly paid experts network. It had about 2,000 members there. And I was on it and I was like, I said, Victor Bassi, man, you are managing 2,000 people. Man, you have serious anointing, you know. I don't think it's meant for someone like me. That's what I was saying. I was like, 2,000 members. How am I managing 2,000 people? I said, man, Victor, you have special grace, man. You have special grace, man. So even though I paid for the coaching call, we did the thing, we took notes and everything, silence, I didn't take action on it until like 9 months later. I was like, listen. Actually, I was at my father's funeral, and while I was there, I was looking for work. Because first things first, I was at the funeral, I was in village, re-village, I was looking for work. So while they were digging graves around, I also took my phone, I'm like, I looked at the notes, I said, no hard, Jerry, I just made a Facebook group, right in the village, Facebook group, Smart Become. I sent a broadcast message to my BBM contacts that I will now put my content on my Facebook group. So that's how I got our first 50 members, then first 100 members, then it started growing. Now you have a group, what do we do, all right? It's still revolving around the principle of content. My Facebook group grew largely because of content, highly valuable content that nobody had the audacity to create. I keep on saying, no believe me, no book pass. But in order to give value, I will go over and beyond. My father passed on December 28th, 2015. The very next day was a Thursday. I had to do the episode. It was titled "The Psychology of Thought Leadership." People who knew that my father passed on, they've already said, "Oh, don't worry, it's not. He's okay. He's going to be, getting his mind right and everything." I was not even in Nigeria, so it was a bit more traumatized. I couldn't be around to do things. But the next day, like nothing, I went there. I did the episode, and people were like, all right. Almost nobody doing community at the time was as crazy about creating good content as I was, all right? So that's another thing. Don't just create a group, and now you have to be crazy about value because that is why they will stay, all right? And I told my BBM contacts, because then BBM was how we're doing content marketing. I told them that I will not be sending broadcast messages anymore. You will only get it on the Facebook group. That was a gamble, because they can call your bluff, all right? But I kept reminding them and the group started growing. But those weekly, even if I didn't have what to post from week to week, those of you who were in my group in 2016, I don't know if any of you were there then, but I wasn't as diligent as about content. You would see the test seminar on Thursday, I might not hear from me again until the very next Thursday. All right, I learned how to be diligent with content on the job. I learned on the job. So from people active in the community, I would see, okay, what they want to learn about, then I'll create content around that, all right? Another thing about creating a community, it is very different from an email list. Very, very different. If you don't have the strength and grabness, just stay with email lists. A community requires your active participation. Now, some people ask me this question. I have a Facebook group, but it's not active. Nobody is posting. They're not commenting. They only read and go, all right? There's something I did when I first started our group. I wanted the group to be very, very active. So what I did was, whenever someone makes a post on the group, I was always the first person to comment. So I would read through the post and I would think about a resourceful response to that post. Don't just say, oh, nice one, all right, great post. No, I would think of something resourceful. I would be like, this is a very resourceful post. I like how you explained this point. The other day, this actually happened when I was at work, and other people, they are more lurkers than engagers. And when they see that the group leader is engaging in a post, then FOMO, fear of missing out syndrome, if John B is commenting, then something's here that I don't want to miss, and they now get inside there and they start commenting, and it starts to grow. People see that you can be rewarded for coming out of the shadows and posting, and those two will start posting. That's how I catalyzed the group. So even if I didn't have anything in my head to post at the time, I was always engaging. Now, guess what? Somebody will come and ask a question. How do I rent projectors for my events coming up this week? I would CC mention somebody who has the answer if I don't know the answer. So for those first 6 to 9 months, I was pushing the engagement. Somebody will come and say, I'm trying to be a public speaker. I don't know how to start. What do I do? If I don't have the answer, I would CC members of the community who were good in that area. Some people would post, sometimes on BBM, people would send broadcast messages. Some would look so nice, and I'll be like, hello, I have a Facebook group and an audience that would love this content to just share out here. Would you mind joining the community and posting it there? And they'll be like, new audience, exposure? Of course, yes. They didn't even know I had a group. And so I had I was very strategical. On BBM, I used to receive a lot of broadcasts. And I would read through the broadcasts to find the most valuable ones. The most valuable broadcasts, I put them into a category. Your BBM contacts can categorize them. I categorize them into thought leaders. So these ones, I contacted them to join the group, promising them exposure. And they did get that exposure. So when there's fear of missing out, there are people who want to be relevant too. So when they say I can be relevant by posting insightful content, inspiring content, useful content, they too will start posting. That's how you make your group engaging, all right? But then, you are going to have the idiots. All right? Nigerians, mostly, I don't think we have etiquette in our school curriculums. Most of us just learned that from our parents, that if they were kind enough to teach us. But if your parents didn't teach you, and maybe you didn't learn in primary school, you have a lot of people that are very uncouth. So you have people who would see something that they disagree with, and they'll be like, see, you don't even have sense. How will you talk about... Exactly, Twitter behavior. And so if that happens in your group, you have to run your group, right? Like you're running a small country. You cannot be afraid of confrontation and say you're running a Facebook community. You have to mold your Facebook group in your image and likeness. All right? Yes. So, yeah, and 2 years down, how many years now? 16. Yeah, 2 years down, I can say that the Facebook group has actually been made in my image and likeness. Because when you come there, there's a vibe of positivity. People are helpful. You will never be criticized. But you don't know the battles are fought. Sometimes somebody will come out and say that you come and watch somebody's video, and the only thing you pick out is that, I don't think you are very good at mixing colors. Yeah. What I would do, I would comment there publicly and be like, please, I need to apologize to this person publicly here. You have 24 hours, or you'll be permanently removed from the group. There, publicly. If you want to hate me, be my guest. But you must have sense. All right. Now that's the dirty part of it, where you have to like get there. There's one guy who a lady put out a comment. He came and commented, "Hey baby, DM me your number." I made a scapegoat out of that guy. No, this is not Igbo. This is Nigeria. You have to being a Nigerian politician and being an Igbo politician, they're very different things. So. No, our own witchcraft is very different. I will engage you. No, I'm not, you will see people who will come and advertise their Babalawo services in your group. Who has the Facebook group here? Have you not seen it before? No, Kayamata, that one is even sublime. It's a bit sublime. This one is the real thing. They'll say, wait, what's Kayamata? That one is, what I'm saying is that one exists, but it's even a bit sublime. You have the one that they are doing the real. They'll say, do you want to get money do you want to get money? You want to get husband? You want to get connections? You want people to obey you when you talk? They'll be advertising your group. Exactly. Okay, so you have to be ready to spell out the rules, all right? So put the rules of the group. Don't be afraid of banning people. Your objective should be to grow a quality audience. Sterling Bank will not call me if they don't think that my Facebook group is a place where people have sense. When I was lobbying, I said, look, my people it's a very unique crowd. They are entrepreneurs. They are making some kind of money. It's the kind of people that you are trying to reach. If you carry this, I won't call the name, some other platform, you will get eyeballs, but you will not get the kind of actual activity on your app because you're looking for people who can invest money, treasury bills and all that. People who think in that kind of direction are my group and not elsewhere. So another platform might have 200,000 members, but my 95,000 will be way more valuable to them. So you have to create that community. It's not just email list though. Email list is one person talking to the multitude. Community, you are empowering the multitude to talk to each other in your house. So you have to moderate that conversation and make sure that it is worthwhile. Hold on. Spell out the ground rules, all right? If you disagree with somebody, you must learn. So there's some people who learn how to disagree on my group. Your parents not teach you, I'll teach you. You don't say, you don't say that how people, see, you're Yoruba, that's how Yoruba will talk. The way they talk in their parlors, they will just carry it to the group, and you know, and you will take responsibility because they'll be like, Obidi's group, now so them bill. You know, so you have to be very active. If you can afford to get moderators for your group, very good. Onboard your moderators. I have about, aside I have 2 other moderators, so I don't even handle all those domestic issues anymore. Right? They are ready to just handle that. And now Facebook, they have a reporting feature. Who reports comments and all that. All right? Yes, your question.
What's the difference between Facebook groups and Facebook pages?
Okay, so Facebook pages are meant for your business, okay? Facebook pages, you click on like. Facebook group, you click on join. So Facebook group is a community where people are empowered to start and engage in conversations. All right? Okay?
Now, how do you generate? Is it the same model to generate
traffic? Yes, the same model. Every Facebook group has a unique URL. A unique URL. My URL is facebook.com/groups/smartbcam. So when I created it, I took that URL, I sent a broadcast message to my BBM contact list. That's how I got my first 100 people. So I said, join the Facebook. So I sent the URL, facebook.com/groups/smartbcam. I blessed them, then they now joined. Also, I've also run Facebook ads before. You take that link, put it there, boost that post, run Facebook ads to generate traffic to that post. On my Instagram bio is also there. So on all platforms, everything points to the group, or did for the longest time.
Okay.
Yes.
You said you brought your contact from the BBM broadcast to your group. And for somebody that doesn't have something like that,
Okay, so how you would do that is, again, value. For me, what I would do, what's up world? What I would do would be a group launch, and I will launch it with some kind of profile. For example, I will go on my Facebook profile, or I'll run a Facebook ad and say, I just had, or I'm about to have this amazing interview with Pastor Dami Lola Oluwatoyibo, and he's going to teach us 5 secrets to making it big in public speaking. You can be a part of this online training for free. Free. Is it the same Pastor Dami? The same Pastor Dami? Where is it happening? On my Facebook group. It's going to happen on, what's today's date? Something, when month of July. It will happen on the 1st of August in the group. So join now. We're going to close registrations in 7 days. And it's free. They will join, they will flood the group, and they'll be waiting for the day of reckoning. And when 1st of August comes, the interview happens. I mean, you know how to do interviews on Facebook Live, right? With your mobile phone, you can have a dual video interview.
You can host live sessions
On the community, yes. With your mobile phone, easily. You don't need a laptop even. With your community, but that means joins the broadcast, you add him on as a guest, and to split the screen into 2 of you. Just the way they do Instagram Live now. That splits the screen. So you can do it on the group. I even did that for a while last year. We did the big business webinars for a while, where we are inviting people on the group to teach on webinar. So when you do that, the thousands of people that came because of Pastor Dami will stay, even after. But when they stay, remember your content, you got to follow up. And that is why for me, I don't like to gamble. I have a weekly show.
Okay.
So those who stay will keep on getting tremendous value. And they will tell their friends. Some people have brought people to Smart Camp with word of mouth, no advertising. They bring other people. And you can also use those ones to run your ads, keep on bringing people, your community will just keep on growing virally. That's why I keep on saying the secret of my growth in my community was value, consistent value. Value is not an abstract word. When I say value, I meant the Smart Business teleseminars. Those episodes were coming every single Thursday. So yours might not be teleseminars, yours can be video. We stopped teleseminars for over a year and we switched to doing webinars. So the same way that we invite someone, I found out we could do webinars on Facebook. I would invite Pastor Dami, okay, this week Pastor Dami will teach us. So Pastor Dami will actually bring his slides. So it was even richer. You could see slides and everything. It was beautiful. All right. So we have people coming on every single week. But the fact that you have something to look forward to in that group every single week, it will be very difficult for you to leave, and you keep on growing. Okay. So that is the secret of growing your group that way. All right. What else? When you are creating the name of your group, like I heard you talked about ICPD community, Young. Yes. The name of your group has to depict what your group is about at first glance.
Okay.
ICPD looks like a political party. You know, oh no, it looks like ICPC. That's anti-corruption body. All right. So let me just say what the name is about. All right. If you look at the name of my group, it's Smart B Camp. All right. Now, Smart B Camp, I just did it. I didn't know that the name had to look like something that makes sense. So, but as I began to learn, I now added what? Business community. Because I realized that if people who are viewing on their laptops, Facebook suggests groups on the side.
Yes.
When you see Smart B Camp there, it doesn't mean anything. But when I see Smart B Camp by the side, business community, oh, business. You get. So the name of the group should depict what it's about. So even if you want to have an esoteric name, you know, the Dream Big community, for example, doesn't mean much. But beside it, what is it? What problem is it trying to address? Is it for public speakers community? Is it for, you know? So the name has to depict what your group is about. All right? Then monetization is the same thing. If you go to this ad I put up for that Sterling Bank thing, some people were saying, if you are behind this thing, then I'm going to put my money inside. How am I able to have that? It's because of consistent content. And that's why I was pushing you guys to look into audio podcasts, because there is a way you can influence people with your voice that you cannot do with writing sometimes. There is a way. People can read, it's okay. But when they can hear your voice over and over. I've gone to a place where I was just talking to somebody and someone like, I'm hearing John Obidi's voice. They don't know me in person. I'm hearing John Obidi's voice. I'm hearing John Obidi because they've been listening to the teleseminars. Yeah, there's a way you can influence people with your voice that you cannot do in writing, all right? So if you can produce audio content to build your brand, that would be great. But with your group, it's a very viral way of building a community around what you do. And that's because sometimes the activity can be user-generated. I've only posted once today, but never even did well over 100 posts going out there. People are engaging without my active engagement. Maybe the moderator just check and see if anybody is fighting anybody and, you know, settle quarrel, right? But apart from that, everything goes on well. Okay, so how do you make money? The same way you make money with an email list. You sell, you work out your business model first, okay? Remember we said end in mind. Community is not just a road to making money. It must be a working business model first, all right? What are you doing? Who is going to buy it, okay? Team coaching, look at the competencies in team coaching one by one. There will be something that has commercial appeal, all right? Don't hold on to what you are doing and say, now this one I want die put, man. Be very open-minded and flexible. If I held on so tight to what I was doing that year, you wouldn't know me today. I was a programmer, web developer, which is pretty cool, okay? But when someone brought something else, I was like, this looks good, let me explore it. I got an acquired taste for it. I began to pursue it. I became really good at it, and I became prominent at it. Most successful people, ask them, where they started is not where they ended up. They've tried so many things over and over. Something clicked, and they went on. They went in on it. All right? So look at that thing that you are doing. If sometimes what that thing you are doing is monetizable on the surface level, beautiful. But if it's not, do a couple of side steps. Look at it from left, right, back, front. You will find something inside it that can be monetized. All right? All right, so any questions about Facebook groups? Facebook group is a very open and closed.
What about WhatsApp?
WhatsApp, I don't do WhatsApp. The WhatsApp audience is cheap. They are mostly a cheap audience. The highest can sell them in on is maybe 2 to 5K. They're not really premium, you know. You can onboard WhatsApp guys over to your email list. You know, I don't do all this Telegram or WhatsApp. I mean, people make money with it, but it's just not my target market. Yeah. Yeah. Question time, blessing time. One thing I learned in Lagos is to not look like you need the money. Now, one of the biggest branding lessons I ever learned is from the Bible. Most of my lessons are from the Bible. Most of my business lessons are from the Bible. My dad was a preacher, so, you know, we're born into the way. Anyway. That was intentional. So one of my biggest branding lessons is from the book of, I think, Samuel, when King Saul had messed up and God was trying to anoint a new king over Israel, right? And he told Samuel, you know, go to the house of Jesse and anoint one of his sons. I'm not going to tell you who, use your sense. When you get there, find it out yourself. Said, okay. He booked a flight, went over there, all right, got there, and then he told Jesse, I want to announce one of your sons as king, bring your sons out, and he brought out his sons, I think about 7 or so. He brought them out, and he saw the first guy, broad-chested, you know, beard gang, sporty wave. He said, this guy looks like someone that should be king. And he wanted to announce it. God said, no, not this one. I haven't chosen. He said, which one again now? He went to the next one. And he kept on going over and over and over. All the time, said, is there no other one? Long story short, they brought in David, anointed David, jubilation and everything. But the lesson here is in the conversation between Samuel and God after the whole thing. And God told him, man looks at the outward appearance, but I look at the hearts. So my question to you, people that you're marketing to, are they God? Are they God? Are they God? Yes or no? What are they? What would they look at? Exactly. Thank you very much.